Okay, guys.
Like how I did.
Yeah, you pulled that off nicely.
Smooth transition.
Oh yeah, good little segue. But so lately, a whole bunch of rumors and gossip came out about Rogue One. Now, you guys have to take into account nowadays movies, especially Marvel movies. Even DC's doing it now. But you know, Marvel's part of DC, not DC. Goddamn, Marvel is part of Disney, and they like to do.
Let's just piss off 3 groups at one time.
I know. I just fucking did that. But they do reshoots all the time. They budget it out and they put it in there before the movie is ever shot. Back in the day, that would scare folks. Oh shit, they're doing reshoots. But nowadays, that's coming to be common practice. Well, just like the other Star Wars, just like all the other Marvel movies Disney has done, they're like, hey, we're going to go back and do some reshoots. We already had this in the pre-planning just to make sure the movie's really good. The problem was, rumors started coming out. They showed this to like a whole bunch of people and to an audience, and they all hated it, and this and that. So now they're going in, they're reshooting 40% of the movie, and they're bringing this McCormick guy and 2 other people in to do this movie, and take the reins away from the director, who's a young and up and coming director, and this and that. So now people are like really on edge about, oh god, this movie's gonna be crap. Well, come to find out, those rumors are not. Well, Disney's saying it's not 40% of the movie, and I would highly doubt that. 2 of these reshoots were already scheduled. They even put up the list showing it. Let alone they have the history of always doing reshoots with their. And one guy came out and was like, dude, I'm not even involved. I'm not coming in. Why are you guys trying to do this? Who would want to take the reins from a young director and not let him do his fucking vision? Like, he literally was calling people assholes in his tweets, basically. But they did show it to a couple people, and it was the people who own Disney. A couple higher up execs like Bob Iger. And a few things got out that might be a little true. Because, you know, to every rumor, there is a little grain of truth. And the thing that I'm worried about, this is supposed to be a hardcore war movie in Star Wars. This is supposed to show you, just like in all the old books from the expanded universe, this and that, this is a giant universe, and you can tell different genres with it, different stories, and not just be held down to what the saga has to be. These are their own standalone things. And I guess the rumor coming out is a couple of the higher-ups did not like Darth Vader being so goddamn violent and it being a darker tone. And I don't want them to take out the Darth Vader I want to see. I want to see Darth Vader from Battlefront, where he's mowing down 20 to 30 rebels at a time, and from the books where he's this all-powerful evil being who will stop at nothing to get what he wants, and you know what I mean? I don't want him to sugarcoat the shit out of Star Wars. We have the saga, which is family-friendly. This is supposed to be a war movie. I hope to God they let it be a war movie, and they don't fucking take away what a lot of Star Wars fans have been longing for a long time. To see Darth Vader, and in his prime. Like what we have seen in a lot of the video games and in the books. We want to see him go full, just, what's the word I'm looking for? To go, not just full force.
Badass?
Yeah, dude, just badass to an extreme. Just scary and violent, which Darth Vader is supposed to be. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, I think that part of what the... Okay, hold on. I'm being attacked by a cat. So, with the first Star Wars movie, it made... If you even remember the whole fiasco that happened with George Lucas and the temper tantrum that he had when Disney made this movie, the whole point in the first Disney-produced Star Wars movie was that they were listening to what the people wanted. You know, George Lucas, the fans had told him for years and years and years, give us this movie, and he's like, no. So when Disney takes it over, in the first movie they did an excellent job of making the characters appear either as good or bad as they needed to be. So Darth Vader, or Kylo Ren in this case, even though he was like this emo child, he did a really good job of the role that he had. The rest of the... Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart because these cats won't leave me alone. But you understand what I'm saying. The antagonists and protagonists, they played their parts very well. If they go in and it's something that they're going to try to soften up Darth Vader, I mean, is that really saying that they're going to continue to speak for, to produce what everybody wants to see? Or does that mean that they're going to, do just their kind of thing. Like, I think that it would be really disappointing if they tried to make Darth Vader like a partially nice guy.
Yeah, and it's like, this is supposed to be a darker film. This is supposed to be a war film in the Star Wars universe. And especially at Darth Vader's prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, like...
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like that, you know, when you say, like, that he's at his prime, in my head, that means that that's when he was, like, at his most, for lack of better words, Vaderiest. Because, I mean, and if they try to soften that up, so if it's a war movie, are they trying to make Darth Vader, like, the glimmer of light in the darkness kind of thing?
Well, no, he's going to be the bad guy. This takes place,
okay.
If you remember the original Star Wars movie, you know, Princess Leia gets the Death Star plans. This takes place before this. This is them getting those plans. This will be a Darth Vader who has been killing people and mowing down people and is as villainous as he can be and as dark as Darth Vader can be.
Right. No, that's what I was saying. Is that what Disney is trying to do?
This is what the movie was supposed to be and what fans wanted. What some of the rumors, like most of the rumors are just bullshit and people need to understand, like, movies do reshoots. But there's some truth and stuff, and from what a lot of people are hearing is when the executives at Disney was like, okay, this might be a little too dark for a Disney/Star Wars movie, and maybe we should cut back on Darth Vader being as violent or scenes being too graphic. And it's like, this was the movie you promised us that we wanted.
Hold on. Just real quick. This is coming from the same studio heads. Well, maybe not studio heads, but this is coming from the same organization that allowed Deadpool. I don't think they should.
Oh, no. Deadpool was Fox. Period. Deadpool was Fox.
Was it Fox?
Fox owns the rights to all the mutants. Disney owns all the other Marvel rights. Yeah, only the mutants. That's why Fox does all the X-Men movies. Deadpool's part of that.
Okay, then. But still, I mean, I'm agreeing with both of you, though. Let Vader be Vader. I mean, clearly the guy is joining the dark side. Clearly he has all the rage and anger and everything. And instead of being an emo child about it, he goes out and kills people for it. He thinks, oh, genocide, instead of, getting my little, lightsaber, razor knife and cutting myself is the better answers. I mean, honestly, sorry, I didn't care for Kylo.
I think, okay, I just got to point out.
I thought he was funny, but
I think Kylo was, Vader's been Vader for a while. Kylo hasn't. Kylo's trying to live up to that. So in that movie, I kind of gave it a pass because it's him learning his way into the dark side, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, everybody's been that angsty teenager, and especially if you're going to the dark side, is going to be ramped up. And come on, we've all raged their games. Yeah. But, like, and this is supposed to be, like I said, a war film, a dark and gritty war film version. And I can get, you got to keep the saga family-friendly, PG-13, just like the rest of them. But this is supposed to be something standalone and be its own thing. Then let it be its own thing. And I hope to God Bob Iger is listening to people out there right now that are like, please don't fuck this up.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to backlash if Disney ends up messing up Rogue One.
Yeah, and a lot of people
just
are
like the same that people would have backlashed if oh my God, Battlefront is the name of the game. Is that the name of the movie? No, it's not. I've seen it and I can't remember.
What's it about?
The Star Wars movie that we just went and seen like a couple months
ago.
Force
Awakens.
Yeah, that one. Sorry. I'm really tired. I've been up since like 4:30 this morning for a Saturday. But anyway, the first one, I mean, people literally waited like 20 years for that freaking movie, I think is what somebody was telling me. Like, there have been remakes of all of the older movies that came out with newer actors and stuff, but nothing new had been produced up until that one. And so it was literally everything that the fans had demanded for like the last years since it came out. And so that one was good because they listened to what everybody wanted. And this one needs to live up to that expectation if Disney is going to continue to produce them. And that's what I'm afraid of, is that if they're doing reshoots to make it better because they want to make, focus on accuracy, like, is this what it was? Well, it kind of is, but it could be better. Okay, fine. But if they're doing reshoots to try to soften it up, to make it more family friendly, I mean, I personally don't see Star Wars as being 100% family friendly, like maybe 80% family friendly.
It was never intended to be.
Nobody under a certain age should be watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody can watch it and enjoy it, but there are dark moments to it. when you have a guy chopping another guy's hand off, or like
Yep.
in Empire, like everybody's dying around you, and Empire ends on a very sad and dour note. Like, you can obviously go to those darker places, and this is not even supposed to be part of the main saga. Like, when the prequels came out, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, the prequels!" At least for people in my generation and older, because a lot of the younger people actually enjoyed the prequels because that's what they grew up with. Star Wars.
Boo.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you. And I was about to say, it's like George Lucas tried to soften up Star Wars way too much and put it in such a kiddie direction that look at how the prequels turned out, let alone his scripts. But you see how the prequel movies turned out with poo-poo jokes from Misa. Misa likes to poo-poo everywhere and stick my tongue out. Don't do that again to us. Like, we have hope and faith in you now.
He was a Sith Lord, sir.
We say that so we can not be dashed by those movies. But just listen to the fans. And see, the thing with the rumors is you can't just give stock into every little rumor that comes up. And you should go to your sources and make sure it's true, or you know what I mean? And everybody does reshoots. So just don't jump down movies' necks anymore. But when there's some grains of truth coming out, just give us what we ask for. Don't give us what you think we want. Give us what we ask for.
Just to go back and think about this, we were just talking about Warcraft and how dry and lifeless those humans were, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the reshoots are just, somebody feels, you know what, we could have delivered that better. That could have been done better. Let's just go ahead and scrap the whole scene. We'll start over. We'll make it right this time. We'll get it right. I would hate to see a company that used to produce propaganda cartoons in the 1940s not allow a war movie to be graphic. I just refuse to think that is an option. I don't know, maybe call it stupidity or not, but I mean, and plus you gotta basically let us see the man that the whole galaxy became afraid of. Yeah. I mean, come on. You have to show us him in his entirety. For you to neuter him would be a grave insult to the character that George Lucas set up for you to make billions of dollars off of in merchandise.
Yeah. And people shouldn't be scared of reshoots. Reshoots just mean they're going in. Maybe a movie needs a little bit of levity, like we said, like you brought up Warcraft. Maybe they need to add in a little bit of levity and just a little bit of humor to help with the dark moments, a little dark humor or this and that.
Right.
Every movie has that. Black Hawk Down, the same people behind Black Hawk Down and made that movie, are helping make this to be a true war film. They even had little moments of levity here and there, and which was a very dark and fucked up movie.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a great movie at that. And that's what I want. I want the Star Wars version of Black Hawk Down. Don't nerf Darth Vader, and just, I trust Disney. The only thing I'm worried about, because they've done this a few times, at least with Civil War they didn't. They let it be as dark as it needed to be with a good sense to help with the levity. But they've done it before where we gotta lighten that up a bit. You don't. Star Wars, yes, you own Star Wars, but let Star Wars be its own thing. It doesn't have to be Disney friendly. Let Darth Vader be, not nerfed, but let him be the menace of the galaxy.
And I stand behind that. Like, I'm 100% behind that, because you have, if you stop and you look at the original trilogy, he ruled with that iron fist. That everyone that was even remotely heard that he might be walking down the hallway, respect, iron fist, fear.
Oh yeah, Mystique would not like to meet Darth Vader because he would have choked the shit out of her too.
Yeah, see, show us that. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You might be here as a Disney exec and say, well, if you looked at the, what is technically the sixth movie, but is technically my third movie. With the sun and everything, and the touching moment. All right, that was at the end of the fucking movie. Mm-hmm. This is at the beginning. Show us that. Just give us that raw rage that is what made him join the dark side in the first place.
Yeah, an entire army afraid of one man for a reason. Like, and this is something we have not got to see in any of the movies. We just got to read about and playing games. He is in his prime. This is the Darth Vader that can take down almost an entire army by himself. And when he walks into the battlefield, people go, oh shit themselves and run, dropping their guns behind them. I want to see that. That is the only part of Darth Vader's life we have not seen that we've all been looking forward to. So
this is the only way. This is the only way you'll see that, because we saw when he put the helmet on and we saw when the helmet came off. We don't know. We don't know that fun little area in between where he was filled with the rage, the hate, and everything that made him join the dark side
and no hope.
In the first place.
He went from being a Jedi to betraying him, putting on the helmet, and we skip ahead to where he's an old man and, you know what I mean, taking off a helmet. We didn't get to see him in, okay, I'm still young, but I am disabled as Darth Vader, but I'm still powerful. And I'm going to use that power and rage from what's happened to me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, I want to sit here and think optimistically that Disney will not do that to this movie, that this is just reshoots for, sake of, all right, well, we brought in this other guy. Let's see what he does with this scene as compared to what you do with this scene. Because maybe somebody somewhere went, I feel this scene could be done a little bit better. So let's see.
Yeah, and I don't even think they're doing that. I think it's standard Disney reshoots like they do with all their Marvel films and everything else they do. And even now DC has realized they need to do. Because it just adds more. Yeah, there's a few. But it just adds more to the film. Pew, pew, pew. It just adds more to the movie. You can make a good movie great. Oh, I did shoot first, just like Han Solo.
PewDiePie's going to sue us now.
Oh, God.
Fuck, okay.
But it's, it just can add so much more. Because back in the day when movies were made, you had one shot at it and that was that. After you went after budget, you were done. Nowadays, we can make sure these movies are good. That's why we're getting so many high-quality Marvel movies. And Star Wars was so good because of the reshoots. So I have faith in them, and this is a movie I'm looking forward to this more than Force Awakens because I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan, and this is like something I really wanted to see. That and Episode 8, because then finally I can find out what the fuck happened to Luke Skywalker. But I have faith in him, but if that's true, because Bob Iger isn't going to do that. But there's another guy at Disney, I forget his name, who's known for kind of wanting to soften things up. So that's where I see the grain of truth. I cannot remember, dude. But he's known for trying to soften things up a little bit. Well, Bob Iger, the head guy of Disney, he lets Marvel and Lucasfilm do their thing. So I'm hoping that this is just a rumor. But when they brought up that guy's name, I was like, shit, there's a grain of truth in there. You know what I mean? There's circumstances that have been brought to my attention. So I'm hoping with the rest of you guys and the fans that let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let them know that our voices have been heard and we want to have a true Darth Vader in his prime who's dark and menacing, and then let them do their thing.
Oh, just real quick. I mean, it's loosely based on what we got going on here. There's a topic that I am interested in talking about. What if the first 3 prequels were gone in with a different understanding that, Anakin was supposed to bring balance to the Force, but the balance was to be on the dark side. But we'll get into that at another topic.
Oh, yeah, I have something to go with that, too, but Luke was the true balance of the Force because he brought it to his own father.
But anyway,